Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here of SportsTalk365.com. And today's episode of the Sports Talk 365 podcast, episode number 20. We're going to talk about the NFL's start to their training camp, which kicks off the start of the 2020 season. We're going to talk about the NBA's restart, doing a recap of what has occurred, the interactions to it, how does it look with the without having fans in the arena, the bubble, the feel of it, the whole 9 yard, and also with baseball's issues during the pandemic of having to cancel games and reschedule them on other days due to players testing positive for the coronavirus. But we're going to start things off with the NFL's training camp. It started this past on a Monday between days. Monday and Tuesday, the NFL's start of our training camp began for a lot of teams. And with that being said, that the NFLPA and the league agreed to allow players the opportunity to opt out of the season without being penalized financially or any type of disciplinary action towards them. So I'm just going to go over a list of players that have decided to opt out of the season due to the coronavirus pandemic and certain other health factors that they didn't want to take a risk with. I'll start off real quick. Baltimore, we got Baltimore Ravens, we got Andre Smith, D'Anthony Thomas. Buffalo Bills, we got Star Latulippe. Carolina Panthers, Jordan Mack. Cincinnati Bengals, Isaiah Prince. Josh Tupou. Chicago Bears, Eddie Goldman. Cleveland Browns, Drew Forbes. Drake Dorback. Dallas Cowboys, Stephen Guidry. Maurice Kennedy. Denver Broncos, Kyle Pico. Detroit Lions, John Atkins. Green Bay Packers, you got Devin Funchess. Houston Texans, Eddie Vanderdoes. Kansas City Chiefs, Damian Williams. Super Bowl, that was the Super Bowl, guy that should have won Super Bowl MVP, we played a big part in that game. Laurent Duvernay, Tardif, the offensive guard that announced his, he's one of the first to announced that he was opting out of the season. He has a medical background, going to be a doctor, so, it is what it is. LA Rams, we got Chandler Brewer. Jacksonville Jaguars, Al Woods. Minnesota Vikings, Michael Pierce. New England Patriots. It's funny to me. You got Marquise Lee, Patrick Chung, Dante Hightower, Brandon Bolden, Marcus Cannon, Danny Vitale, Najee Turan. Now, the thing about the Patriots, man, those are some impact players on that team, man. Especially Chung and Hightower. And to a certain extent, Brandon Bolden and Marcus Cannon. Now, you take it for what you want, for what it's worth. People saying that Belichick's up to something. Who knows? His players that came out early have stated that, hey, we're not tanking. Yeah, okay. It is what it is, man. Don't put nothing past the Patriots, man. New Orleans Saints, we got Cole Wick and Jason Vanderland, two tight ends that probably wasn't even going to make the team anyway. New York Giants, Nate Solder, that's a big one. Jets, we got Leo Kalamantanji. Philadelphia Eagles, Marquise Goodwin. Oh, that's a big one. Seattle Seahawks, Chance Womack. That's another one. That's a good one. Needs somebody to protect that O-line for Russell Wilson. Tennessee Titans, Anthony McKinney. Washington football team, Caleb Brantley. We got free agent, Larry Wolford. Surprised somebody didn't try to pick him up. So that's the list of players that have decided to opt out of training camp. Now, I'm going to read a little excerpt from an article that on this list of the players that have decided to opt out from sportingnews.com. So here it goes. The NFL season opt-out rules are simple. Anybody is free to decide not to play in 2020. And per multiple reports, the contracts for all players who opt out were told to 2021. NFL players who opt out for 2020 will also receive salary advances. Those who opt out for medical reasons because they are at high risk regarding COVID-19 will receive $350,000 for the season, and those who opt out voluntarily will receive $150,000 for the season. Undrafted rookies who opt out voluntarily are not eligible to earn $150,000 stipend. That sucks. So Duvernay Tardif, for example, will get $150,000 salary advance since he opted out voluntarily, and his 2020 contract was told to 2021. He was scheduled to earn $2.75 million this season, so he earned that minus the $150,000 next year. So with that being said, that's if you opt out for high risk for medical reasons regarding the virus, and you receive $350,000, that's not bad. That's not bad, for a job to reward you with that. And for those who opt out voluntarily, will receive $150 for the season. That's not bad either. That just sucks for the undrafted rookies, though. For real, that's still that sucks. $150,000, man. That goes a long way, man. I don't care, what level, what financial level you are, man. $350,000 or $150,000. That's some good money to be paid from your job for not, putting yourself at risk because of this pandemic. But either way, man, training camp began. There's few players that have tested positive for the virus. Some names have been released, some haven't. Among them were former LSU wide receiver Justin Jefferson, my bad, it's Thomas' brother. He, I guess, was put on the reserve COVID-19 list, and that's the list that they're going to put players on if they test positive for the virus, I'm assuming. I see both sides of the argument, man. I see players that want to play and players that don't want to play because they don't want to put themselves at risk. I'm not out here bashing nobody. I'm not out here pulling my nose up and shaming nobody for being optimistic for having the season. It's up to the players, man. But it's gonna be interesting to see. There still haven't been, a lot of teams haven't came out with their plans of what's the limit they're gonna allow fans to be in the stands. That's still something that's up in there with a lot of stadiums. I know the Saints haven't put their rules out yet regarding that. I'm just shooting for that they'll have no fans in the Superdome when the season starts. I highly doubt that they let anybody come in the stadium and watch the games. And for me personally, I just think they shouldn't have no fans in the stands at all, and no stadiums this year. Some other notes that came about this past week was Seattle Seahawks trading for Jet safety Jamal Adams last Saturday. Around this time, they got Seattle give up 2 first-round picks, which I thought was a steep price to pay for a safety. He's not a linebacker. He's not an edge rusher. He's a safety, and for the most time, a safety, a box safety, goes as far as the pass rush. How much pressure a pass rusher can get to the quarterback is what contributes a lot to the success of a safety, especially a box one. And I just felt like Seattle was gave up too much for Jamal Adams. I want to easily give up one first rounder and possibly a third. But 2 first rounders, man, the Jets, man, you gotta accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta accept that offer from that team. And I was just writing about the day prior. I just wrote about the Jets and how Adam Gase would he be able to get control of that franchise, of that football team, as far as the football operations of it, because you just gonna have your best player on no matter which side of the football is, you know, pretty much go after your team like that. You can't just have that, you know, going to the media, getting quotes, talking about the owner, you know, talking about the coach. He just pretty much got after the coach, man. So they had to make a decision. They had to have a conversation. They moved on from him. They traded him, so they gotta have they got a safety. If I can't remember the safety's name, I'm gonna look it up real quick. They got a safety in return for Adams, along with 2 first-round picks. So that's not a bad move for the Jets. I think they got a new GM by the name of Joe Douglas, who's coming in, and I just think that those moves are pretty much seal it for the Jets. And I think that Adam Gase could be on his way out the door. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that also that C.J. Mosley has decided to opt out this season. So you missing C.J. Mosley and you missing Jamal Adams, 2 of your best players of defense. It's just, you gotta take it for what it is. Jets fans, once again, you're gonna probably be rebooting. I won't be surprised if Gase will be fired by probably be fired by October if the season actually starts on time. I don't see the Jets. I think they're gonna finish last place in the division, in my opinion. And if they do fire Adam Gase, I think they should hire Eric Bieniemy ASAP. For real, they need to hire Eric Bieniemy ASAP to work with Sam Darnold. I think he's the top of the best coaching prospect out there right now. He should have got the Carolina job last season, but they decided to go with Matt Rule out of college. But I think the Jets should, if they decide to fire Adam Gase, they should hire Eric Bieniemy also. And if they're actually truly rebuilding, I'll see what I could get for Le'Veon Bell. You know, by the trade deadline, see if you could trade Le'Veon Bell, see if you get another first-round pick, another haul. You know what I'm saying? First or second round pick. You know what I'm saying? So the Jets, I mean, it's a rebuilding year for me, man. For the Jets, man, you got that quarterback. You gotta get this thing started up, man. I gotta look into their cap situation. They should be having some money to go around and get some players. But that's pretty much what occurred this so far during training camp, the start of training camp. Quite a few players decided to opt out. And they're really not. These are not really the superstars. I won't consider all these players the superstars that have opted out yet. We haven't really heard anybody on that caliber yet, such as a Michael Thomas, a Tyreek Hill, Ezekiel Elliott, you know, Dak Prescott. We haven't heard any of those type of players have decided, haven't made the decision to opt out yet. I believe that the deadline for this is between August 3rd and the 6th is the deadline to, if they want to decide to opt out or play this season. And another some more news that came down. Let me take a quick little water break. Another breaking news that dropped yesterday, that was that Antonio Brown has been suspended by the NFL for 8 games for violations of personal conduct policy set forth by the NFL for that big old mess that occurred last season with the social media stuff, the allegations. So he's suspended for 8 games. The report already came out that he will not appeal it. I think that's a smart move. Just take suspensions and deal with it. His punishment is over, so teams are free to sign Antonio Brown. And the teams they're going to be in line for him is between Seattle and Baltimore. Seattle and Baltimore is going to sign him. We already seen the videos. He worked out with both quarterbacks. He worked out with Russell Wilson. There's videos on social media of him working out with Russell Wilson. There's also videos of him working out with Lamar Jackson. and his cousin Marquise Brown. So he'll get picked up by one of those teams going forward. We're gonna take a quick break right now, and I'll be back to talk about NBA restart. All right, we're back. We're gonna talk about this Thursday, July 30th. The NBA's restarted their 2019-2020 season, and I am impressed with the product so far. The games have been great, some great finishes. The players look like they were ready to play, motivated by everything that has occurred. Everybody looks in great shape. Few players have slimmed down a little. Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, I watched the game today. He looks smaller, man. That guy slimmed down a lot. James Harden, like he's put on a few pounds, but that still hasn't stopped him from being that guy. We saw him last night put up 49 points on the Dallas Mavericks. Russell Westbrook had 31 points, man. I'm telling you, man, that's a dangerous team, man. With everything going on right now, Houston is a dangerous team going into these playoffs, man. But overall, man, the product was great. The experience, not having those fans in the stands, the crowd noise, it really didn't. I really couldn't tell the difference, man. The product was still great. We saw two great games start off the restart with the Pelicans, my team against the Utah Jazz. That was a close game. The following game, Lakers and the Clippers, that was a close game. And the day after, man, we had Grizzlies in Portland. That game went to overtime, and that was a ball game, man. Portland won the game, but Carmelo Anthony showed you why he's that dude. He turned back the clock. He can do that any time. And that's something that you don't want to be dealing with. Any team, if they get in the playoffs and you get that type of Carmelo Anthony combined with a Dame Lillard, Nurkic, gosh, man, what his name is? CJ McCullough. That's a dangerous team, man. All of a sudden, man, you got some issues. If you deal with those guys right there, man, that's like I'm not going to exaggerate enough, but that's more like a Golden State Warriors type of effect, man. When they had KD, Iggy Iguodala, Kevin Durant, Andre Iguodala, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, like any given night, one of those guys could go off, man. And it'd be scary. It's scary if you have two of them go off, man. So just imagine you have CJ McCullough and Melo clicking at one night. You got CJ McCullough and Dame Lillard clicking on one night, or it could be Melo on one night by himself. You got issues. So, but overall, man, it was a great product, man. Great basketball so far. I'm impressed with what I've seen so far this season with the restart. I'm just hoping that it continues. The players continue to be safe. So far, there have been like 350 tests been conducted, I believe. I'm not sure, and everybody's came back negative to do the test. So that's good, man. NBA look like they made the right move. The bubble concept is going to work. I'm excited to see basketball once again. I know that the Pelicans might not make the playoffs, but it is what it is. We didn't get long-term with Zion's help, so what's done is done. But switch over to MLB season restart. Season started up, and it just it was starting off pretty good so far, and then like a few days after, man, the Marlins broke out with some positive tests with the virus, and that games have been pushed back to at least Sunday, I believe. And then the Cardinals got hit with it, so their commissioner Rob Manfred has stated that the season can be shut down if the teams don't do a better job of managing the coronavirus test. well, not managing, but managing how players, you know, interact once they're outside of their jobs. These are gonna be type of things we have to deal with, man. Possible shutdowns, pause, cancel games. It's gonna be a challenge for baseball going forward, man. They may have to come up with a bubble, man. It's gonna be tough, man. But I just don't believe that it's not possible. Having a bubble is not possible. They can come up with an idea to have those seasons. There has to be an idea of how to manage that those players being in a bubble, 25-man roster. There has to be a way. I was told not too long ago there was an idea of them having a bubble in Arizona, the ballpark in Arizona. So I wonder what made them decide to just have the games in the stadiums, in their home stadiums with no fans. You know, interesting. But we'll see how it goes, man. Interesting. The season this is only the second week of the season, and they're having some issues. NBA start up, exciting campaign, exciting games, no issues. But that's all I got for right now, man. I try not to be long on these things. I'm just starting out, you know, rebooting the podcast. That's all I got for right now, man. In the comments, you listen to this on social media, Spreaker, Anchor, Twitter. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below about the NBA's restart. Do you like the idea of it the way it is now with no fans in the arena? Were you even put off by not having the fans in the arena? Do you really pay attention to it? Let me know how you feel about the Antonio Brown situation. Which teams do you think what team do you think we will sign with going forward during his he'll be suspended no matter where he goes? And just your overall thoughts on training camp. You wrote your teams. That's all I got for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Follow the podcast on Anchor, Spreaker, Spotify. Anywhere you listen to your podcasts is at, except Apple. We're still working on that one. That's all I got for right now. And also check out sportstalk365.com for latest content on the world of sports. We've so much changed our setup on the site now. We're gonna be focused more on teams. I follow 4 teams, and I decide to produce content on those teams. Those 4 teams are New Orleans Pelicans, New Orleans Saints, LSU Tigers, and the Memphis Tigers, the basketball and football team. Those teams are pretty much situated in the Mid-South, Gulf Coast region, and so we've decided to niche down our efforts and focus more on those areas, and we're becoming more of a local, regional outlet for sports news. We still talk about the NFL, but they're not the hierarchy. They're lower in the hierarchy. We'll still talk about it. But that's all I got for right now, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be blessed. Peace.